All right, what's up and welcome to the channel. My name is Headshot. Thanks so much for joining me today as we have a Taran Tactical on the table ready to review. This is the Sand Viper, and this is one incredible gun, dude. I'm going to show you everything about it. We're, of course, going to go to the range, show you how it does out there. And I'm pretty sure this gun is John Wick approved. No doubt about it. Show you the ins and outs here, of course. And there's one special thing I've never been able to do for my subscribers that I can do with this gun right here. Check it out. Let's open it up. Let me show you what this gun comes with. Y'all ready for this? Let's go. So, you have a total of 3 magazines. I'm going to pull all 3 of these bad boys out of here. And then here it is. The Sand Viper from Taran Tactical. All right, here it is, the Sand Viper. It has this coyote bronze finish that is unlike anything I've really ever seen on a pistol, and it looks absolutely incredible. All metal frame, heavy gun, built for competition. And speaking of competition, it was the winner at the US PSA Nationals. So this thing is a proven gun already. Let's start at the front. We'll work our way back like we always do. Front and rear slide serrations. You have a built-in compensator. So this gun, 5-inch barrel, built-in comp up here at the front, and you have lightning cuts all the way around the slide. One thing I instantly noticed with this gun though is when I pulled the slide, holy crap. So this is like M&P Shield easy to pull a slide. It is absolutely incredible how smooth this slide is. So that was the first thing that I noticed, but there's a lot to go over here. You have an accessory rail down here, and again, you have Taran Tactical Innovations etched into the slide right there. Takedown notch right here. Ambidextrous safety, so you'll see that on both sides. Sand Viper logo, Taran Tactical logo right there, and on the frame, and on the other side of the magazine release right there. This is their own Taran Tactical grip texturing, and it is super aggressive. It's going to keep this gun locked into your hand without a doubt, man. This stipple job is pretty incredible. You have checkering on the back of the frame here as well. You can see your beaver tail right there. The magazine release is an oversized release, and there are some options. You know, if you go to buy one of these, you know, like what kind of optic you want to put on there. You want to add an optic, they'll cut it for that optic. But as far as I know, the RMR and the SRO are what these guns are primarily built for. Of course, this one's rocking the SRO. I also seen the HS507C on their website though. When I went to go like mock build one up, it had that option. Not sure, but in the description, it says RMR SRO. On their website, though, above the description, you can get an HS507C. So, may or may not work there, not really sure. Extended magazine release. No doubt, whenever you're ready to change mags, you're going to be able to find that magazine release because it sticks up so far from this gun. No chance of you missing that, without a doubt. One thing on the trigger guard that's kind of cool is they have the checkering in the front of the trigger guard. On the bottom of it, it has that same stipple job like it does on the grip right there. It has an AFTAC internal extractor, 1.75 to 2.25 pound trigger pull straight from the factory. We'll talk about that after the shooting part of the review, of course. So from the frame, the slide, mainspring housing, it's all DLC coated. So this thing comes with 3 magazines, and they're all super high capacity when it comes to pistols, right? So you have the 222 round mags, just like that. And for an extra kicker of freedom, the 28 round magazine, just like that. Literally taking breaks in the middle of your shooting session with 1 magazine because there's so many rounds in the gun. Like, I was literally shooting and trying to figure out, all right, what do I want to do now? Double taps, quick shots, maybe group, whatever. But anyways, you get the idea. You get some very nice magazines with this gun. Huh? Dude, it's hitting the same spot over and over and over and over and over. All right, just headshots, just because. It's too bad I can't win this thing, dude. And this thing is absolutely incredible. I really had a great time with this. The Trijicon SRO completes this gun to a T. I mean, you literally point, shoot, you pull the trigger, and it is like nothing, man. This is, seriously, I feel like and I've never shot a competition, but I feel like I could buy this gun and go to a competition and win it straight up, man. This thing is absolutely incredible. All right, so I don't really have anything to compare this gun to at all. So I pulled out the Canik SFX Rival. This is like an $800 gun. This is like a $7,000 gun. So this gun is obviously, the Canik is set up for competition, but everything, I mean everything, from the magazine release to the flared magwell, to the slide, to the way the slide feels, to the trigger, there is no comparison. You know, it's ported and all that good stuff. And for an $800 gun, you know, the Canik is a nice gun, right? But it's just, there's just really no comparison here. Size-wise, they're about the same. I'm not going to touch them together because obviously, you know, somebody's going to win this gun. They're about the same size. You know, obviously the Sand Viper is, you know, heavier, but really I have nothing to truly compare to this gun at all. So as far as breakdown, I'm not going to show you here on camera, but I mean, it's simple. You have a notch here and a notch here. You take it back to this notch here. You're going to push the pin from this side straight on through. The slide is going to come off. You have a stainless steel guide rod under here. You have a single recoil spring. And that's pretty much it. The biggest thing you'll have to pay attention to that kind of got me off guard is that little kind of like locking lug, like a 1911. I couldn't get it to fall in place correctly. So I was just having to kind of finagle with the takedown lever here and get the pin through the locking lug right under the hood of the barrel. Okay, but that's pretty much it. There's not a lot there that's different and really worth showing, to be quite honest with you. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the fun part of the video. We're gonna hit the range. I'm gonna show you how this thing did out there. And after we get back, we'll talk about the trigger and we'll do pros and cons of the Sand Viper. Let's go ahead and hit the range. First mag, holy crap. All right, let's do it. Huh? Dude, it's hitting the same spot over and over and over and over and over. Wow. 147 grain Fiocchi, by the way. Look at that thing. All right, just headshots, just because. It's too bad I can't win this thing, dude. Didn't lock back on the last round. Time to pay the Pied Piper as I'm dueling with the Sand Viper. My goodness. The worst part about this gun is just taking the brakes because there's so many bullets in each mag. That's it. Woo! All right, Sand Viper, can't miss firearm. Let's do it. Dude, this thing is incredible. I hate to keep saying it, but this is the most amazing pistol I've ever had in my freaking hand. And it's a Taran Tactical. And it's new. What's not to like about this? Whew. All right, so as you can see, the gun did phenomenal. I ran mainly 147 grain, and I did run some 115 grain. No issues really to speak of. The last round, consistently, the slide wouldn't lock back. That was the only issue really that I had. This SRO, by the way, incredible, dude. This combo, it really is special. And for a $7,000 MSRP gun, it should be special, right? So absolutely incredible at the range. I had a great time with this thing, man. And like I said, I just point shoot. That's it. So let me show you the trigger here. So skeletonized trigger and hammer, pulling anywhere from 1.75 to 2.25 straight from the factory. Check this out. Oh, see, wasn't even ready. So you hit the wall right here and you pull. Boom. Break. So that was the break, reset, right there. Break. There's so little movement, sometimes it surprises you when you're firing the gun. Like literally, it's that quick. Two pounds, 12 ounces. Let's try it again. Keep in mind, this lineman, it's seen its better days at this point. See, that's 3 pounds. So yeah, this already convinces me I need to get a new one of these anyways. So yeah, 3 pounds, 10. So my trigger gauge is getting like 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 10 ounces. I believe they have this thing tuned to like 2.5 pounds for sure. I need to get a new trigger gauge apparently because it's off. So there you go, man. The trigger, either way, even if it was 3 pounds, 10 ounces, it's pretty incredible. Short travel. Let's talk about pros and cons here, man. And this is a special gun, man. And everything on this gun works as intended. There's nothing I would really change. The magazine release, the way the mags pop out of the gun, the flared mag well, everything from the grip texturing to the coloration of the gun is just freaking awesome, dude. I love the fact how they kind of did like this on this Coyote Bronze. They have more kind of like these more reflective areas, and then they have these matte finishes in there as well. Just a nice little touch, man. I love the coloration. The trigger is absolutely incredible. I mean, it really is, dude. The gun is smooth as butter when you pull the slide. My goodness. And the grip safety, I didn't even talk about that. The engagement here, you don't even really think about it. I mean, you get a good grip on the gun, the way you should grip the gun, and I don't have to think about this grip safety at all. The checkering on the back is nice. Like I said, this texturing is great. The capacity is amazing. The safety works as it should. Positive engagement down, boom, up. You know, it truly is one of the cool, if not the coolest gun I've ever held in my hand. And I'm so happy that one of y'all, hopefully one of my subscribers wins this freaking gun, because you are going to absolutely love it. I love the Sand Viper, the etching that they did on the slide. So you have the Taran Tactical logo pretty much everywhere on this gun. Little areas that I didn't even notice before, like on the other side of the magazine release. Of course, you have one right there. You have one right here on the bottom of the extension for the magwell, on the bottom of the magazine itself. So it's just an awesome gun, dude. But there are some cons. There's some things I want to talk about, and one that just can't be ignored is the price. And, you know, these guys have built a reputation for building an amazing gun. I mean, these are the guys that built John Wick guns. And you almost feel like John Wick when you have it, because you're like, you know it's a Taran Tactical, and it's just badass. But man, I just wish, you know, for me personally, $7,000 on a handgun, that's not in my realm yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's something I aspire to be able to do. You know, we got close with the Scar. You know, we got pretty close. But $7,000 in one gun. I'm not a competition shooter though either. So I can understand where some of these guys, I mean, they are serious. And if I was a competition shooter, pro, making money, I would not argue against spending that kind of money. I just almost wish that more people could enjoy this. It's not so much about what you can afford and what you can. It's just, man, if it had a $3,000 price tag, would I still feel the same way? Probably not, because I know it's $7,000 as we speak. So I'd be like, oh, that's a pretty awesome deal. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's super unobtainable for a lot of people, and I wish more people had a chance to actually be able to own something like this. And like I said, I am truly, truly want one of my subscribers to win this freaking gun, because you're gonna be blown away, dude. And we've been doing this so long. I've never been a part of anything like this. I want one of you guys to win this freaking gun because it is incredible, truly incredible. Also, another con, it doesn't come with traditional sights. You're a competition shooter. I'm mentioning this in my normal realm of thinking about a traditional handgun. It doesn't come with traditional sights, right? But competition shooters those guys are using optics anyways. Does that really matter? Probably not. And the slide didn't lock back consistently on the last round. That's just something I wanted to point out. So like I said, man, everything on this gun is absolutely incredible. Just a few cons there, and that's pretty much it, dude. So